Hello, Moshpit. My name is Zell, and I've got a battle for you against a guy I've been battling for quite a while now. His name is TheBlaringBlue, and we have a UU match. We're both going to lead with our normal type fake outers. However, I know he's faster, so I'm going to switch out and go into my Slowbro because it is my physical wall, and it's going to be able to take the fake out incredibly nicely. And that's exactly what happens. So now I know he's going to probably want a U-turn, and I'm fine with that. I got Scald as my move of choice because it'll hit most of the things on his team pretty hard, except the Deoxys, which is going to cause me some problems because it is, well, incredibly defensive and most likely has Recover. What I want to see, though, is if it has Toxic or not, because Toxic is going to be the main issue that this thing can have. He will go for the knockoff first turn, and he's going to get a useless crit. So I'm okay with that because that tells me that he's probably not going to have entry hazards. That was another thing I was kind of worried about, but I have a Rapid Spinner on this team here, so it's not a big deal. He shows me now that he has Nightshade, which is also not a big deal, so that means he probably, if he has hazards, it's probably just Stealth Rocks, and he most likely doesn't have Toxic, because I'm betting he has Recover. So at this point I'm at +2. I know another Nightshade is probably coming, and I don't want to obviously not slack off because then he can just kill me right after. So I am gonna go for it now. He sends in this Raikou. I figure even if he's choice specs, I can take a Thunderbolt, and that's what he is. He shows me here that he's Thunderbolt because that just does way too much damage for a +2 special defense Slowbro to be taking, especially since he's not Life Orbed. So I'm going to hit him with a Side Shock because I know Raikou's special defense is a lot higher than his defense, and the Side Shock is going to take advantage of that and hit him where it hurts. I'm going to go to my Nidoking because I know he's going to be locked into Thunderbolt because he's Choice Spexed, and I know he's going to want to switch out, so I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks here. He's going to send in his Deoxys defense again, knowing that he doesn't have Psychic or Ice Beam and only Nightshade. I'm going to take this opportunity to set up my Toxic Spikes while he goes for his third move he's shown me, but most likely fourth move because, again, why would he not have Recover? So I know he's probably going to either want to switch out, or even if he wants to go for the Nightshade, that's fine. I want to get my second layer of Toxic Spikes up because everything on his team is going to be annoyed by it, except one Pokemon who has Levitate, and he has no Poison types and no Spinners to blow them away. So might as well get them up now, especially if his Deoxys is going to come back in. It's going to get Toxic for free, and I'm going to be good. So I'm going to send my Halo top because I figure the Icicle Crash is coming, and I can't really switch out my Slowbro because its HP is pretty low, and I don't want to risk getting hit with an Earthquake, and I can't switch out the other defensive thing on my team because it is weak to Ice. So Hitmontop comes in, Intimidate, hits him, and it's going to lower his attack. I figure he's going to go for the Earthquake here, so I could have switched out, but I just wanted to kill him. I didn't want to have to be screwing around with Life Orb, Mammoth because those things are incredibly powerful. Base 130 attack is ridiculous. I mean, this thing's Earthquake is just as strong as Garchomp's, and Garchomp is uber. So, I'm just going to take the hit and kill him off the close combat. Hitmontop's not going to be too useful because, again, he doesn't have spikes on his Deoxys, and he doesn't have a Toxic Spiker, so I don't really need the Rapid Spin. He's going to go into his Ambipom and threaten me out with a Fake Out. I am going to switch back to my Slowbro. I know he can take it very well, and I know it has Regenerator, so I can switch out on the fairly obvious U-turn, and I'm going to go back into my Hitmontop, get the Intimidate off, resist the U-turn, and it's going to do like 20 damage. So that's absolutely not a problem. Everything's going pretty much exactly as planned. And I seem to have this battle in a very good position to where I can win it. So he's going to send back in his Deoxys. I don't know why. I was figuring he'd go for the knockoff, but it's obvious that he'd want to go for Nightshade because I have less than 100 health and he is faster. Deoxys defense has base 90 speed, so it's actually really quick for a wall. The only thing that's really faster than it is like Miltank and Uxie, and those aren't really very common in UU like at all. So I'm going to send my Slowbro, which was actually kind of a mistake. Again, like I said, I was expecting to go for the knockoff. Didn't want to lose my item. Slowbro already lost his item, so it's not a big deal. But he's going to go for Nightshade, do a lot of damage, and I'm going to have to switch out because I only have 82 HP left, thanks to not having leftovers. So I'm going to go into who I should have gone into in the first place, and that's my Shaman. And it's going to take the Nightshade, and it's going to do, well, it's going to do 100 damage, obviously, because that's what Nightshade does. I'm going to go for the Protect here, just to A, let him get more toxic damage, B, let me recover some health with leftovers, and C, see if he's going to go for the knockoff or the Nightshade. He does show that he's going to go for the knockoff, so I'm thinking now is another great opportunity to switch back into my Slowbro, take next to nothing from the knockoff, not lose an item, and he'll just take more toxic damage, and I can go from there. Plus, I can switch out and I'll gain back a whole bunch of health from Regenerator, having taken very little from knockoff. Unfortunately, he's going to predict that switch and go again for the Nightshade, and I'm actually going to have even less health than I had last time I switched out. Yeah, but I am going to save my Slowbro because, again, Regenerator is just such a powerful ability, and it's going to just keep giving me that HP that I need. He's going to switch out too. I'm not really sure what he was expecting me to switch out to. I guess probably my Shaman. But I'm going to go with my Hitmontop. He is going to be afraid of the priority Mach Punch. I do not have it, but I know because he has the Intimidate, there's not really a whole lot he can do to me. Sucker Punch is going to be resisted. Iron Head probably won't do too much, and a lot of these things like to carry Brick Break or X Scissor along with the Swords Dance. Turns out his has Psycho Cut, which I've actually never heard of having on a Bisharp, but it would have killed me, but it's not a big deal because you'll see later how I handle it. You saw he switched into his Deoxys Defense, and I'm going to go for the close combat, and that's just going to flat out kill him. And his Azelf's going to come in. I figure Hitmontop did his job. He doesn't need to spin anymore. So I'm just going to let it in and let it die. Kangaskhan's going to come out and take this Azelf and totally ruin it with a combination of 1, Fake Out, and 2, Sucker Punch. I really didn't need to go for the Fake Out, to be honest. I went for it just because, why not? But Sucker Punch will actually do about 84 to 99% to this Azelf, so that critical hit was absolutely useless. But yeah, I guess I just went for the Fake Out, again, why not? And if he switched out, it'd still do some damage, where a Sucker Punch won't do any damage. I'm going to take the Fake Out here. I know I can take it. It's not going to do that much, especially since he has leftovers. And I'm going to switch out here, because I don't want to be taking any further hits. He's going to go into his Bisharp. I am going to go into my Nidoking, because the U-turn was probably going to happen, and that wouldn't have done too much to Nidoking. So here you see, even if my Hitmontop had died back before, it wouldn't have mattered, because this Nidoking is jolly with max attack, outspeeds, hits with an Earthquake, Life Orb, all that stuff. It's going to do tons of damage, enough to knock this thing out, and it is no longer a problem. The other thing is, this also has Sucker Punch, so this Raikou is going to come in and not going to be able to hit me with an HP Ice. So it's dead too. Now he is going to go into his last, which is Ambipom, and he's just going to run, because basically at this point I have like 4 Pokemon still, including a Shaman, and he's not going to be getting anywhere with that Ambipom. So he's just going to run, just save some time there. You can see our teams and stuff. So that was the battle. Good game, TheBlaringBlue. Like I said, I've battled him many times in the past, and we usually have a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.